Yabatasna for Yadi and Commodona, Minister for Tourism, Art and Culture, Yura Andrew, Egyapa Mercer, and address the allegations of state capture, Yura, a member of Parliament, the man of Tom Rashebujani, Yura, a Samuel Kujito Ablakwa. I can't against a year members of a year and Adam Kwekufado and the government. Some commodity course so Omukotia our panel discussion so a Metro TV. Good morning, Ghana. So I know Monday San 7 Echo 2 Janina Efa and Yama Hodua El Coso El Ghana and say Efa a year Senate and I face a PDS scandal a home and seminal and so on. And I'm so ama a year a year Andrew Egyapa Mercer what to be a man a Kujito Ablakwa ye papa and ye as a Keto Akrabsia young community senior commodity see a course on a Bible transfer fee you didn't seven on so and come on.
Over the past week you've put out plethora of allegations. The minister has come to debunk. You have come back, essentially shifting part of the goalpost. So, Bulgarian embassy is costing government some 5.3 million. Is it factual? That assertion you make, that property itself essentially ceased to be state land in 1972 or 74 when the government of Ghana granted a lease to the owner of the property whose executor then went to demolish that property on the land. But listen to the narrative. You accuse government of granting a 50-year lease or so to some foundation, the boys foundation. Is it factual? And the minister comes to respond that no lease has been executed. You said you had the agreement that you've intercepted. Where in that agreement was it said that government was granting the Du Bois Foundation any lease? But you put it out there. To what end? Pure mischief? And then you say what? When Mr. Mahama becomes president again, he would do what? And this bill has not been assented to. By the time that Mr. Mahama was president, you did not think that it was important for you to protect state assets from politically exposed persons' acquisition. And so you did not dream of the bill at the time. It was now that you want power that you dreamt of bill, that you want to propose for the consideration of former President Mahama in the event that he becomes president again. And you think the labor unions believe you? You think they believe you? Increasingly, you are gaining a pension for falsehood and half-truths. And it's not good. You have a decent political career, young man. Let your credibility lead you in the course that we have embarked on. And you talk of PDS. Randy, you see, it is not in doubt that I incorporated a company called TG Energy in 2014. That company engaged some partners of it, Miracle and Co, which participated in the bid to dispose of ECG during your government's era in 2014. They had been shortlisted by your government as part of the 6 that are pre-qualified. It was when the Adom government came that some other entities who had also been pre-qualified exited because of the president's insistence that the shareholding should be changed from, I believe, 80-20 in favor of foreign to 51-49 in favor of Ghanaian. And so that consortium made up of TG Energy, Miracle and some others won that ECG concession. And because they had won, they incorporated PDS as the entity that the government of Ghana contracted with. These are matters of fact. And you say I was on the wrong side of history when I defended PDS. When that process under the Mida Compact started, you were in government. Which side of history did you speak on? Or at that time, consistent with your nature, your public spiritedness had gone into abeyance? Look, I committed no ill or wrong, Randy. And so your foot soldiers that you people sit on social media and give them hope of sorts that they in the very unlikely event that you people come to power, people like Egyapa Mercer will be held to account for account for what? Account for what? Nobody can do zilch to me because I did nothing. Shatta has come up on 2 occasions at the appointments committee when I was first nominated as Deputy Minister for Energy and subsequently as Minister responsible for Tourism. I did no wrong. So let your your people that you always give fake hope to and ultimately deny them and leave them hanging believe in talk like that. What side of history are you on? Look, I will urge organized labor and particularly snake contributors that yes, the transaction relative to the sale as was proposed is no longer in place. But they did, and in fact, we ought to exact proper investment decision by snake on our behalf for the monies that we are contributing. We all contribute. I'm a contributor. But I cannot for the life of me support my pension fund being invested in an entity that is generating 1.5% return for me. I will never support it. So please, and you go and talk of this Afro barometer thing. You talk about every institution, but the political parties or opposition parties of which you are a member. You talk of everybody. You talk of the presidency. You talk of Shraj. You talk of judiciary. You talk of police, but never talk of the opposition parties. What was your own ranking? Please let them show it. It's not the best. I agree that these key democratic institutions are perceived in the manner that they are perceived by the broad majority of Ghanaians, especially the youth. And let's not single out any institution necessarily. Because the presidency that you criticize, it's not as if to say when Mr. Mahama was president, there was no occasion that he chartered a flight. Private. He did. And it was necessary. It is the case that Nana Akufo-Addo has chartered a flight on several occasions. Yes. But they were necessary. Maybe Mr. Mahama had only a need for it once. And Mr. Akufo-Addo has had a need for it more than on one occasion.
Right. Abusia any okoti ye Minister for Tourism, Art and Culture, Yera Andrew Egyapa Mercer nene ana etwegu ye no ye betransna fe ye di ensem no so ho enkomo na ye ni nkomo.
Bele bia na meka say ade bia enye no bia no ne nso enye. Ena obi so asante fo ngoma na triba kuchemu 5 na kanfo ngoma no. O se obi fumukumu a obi mfumu nwa. Nti and we are here talking about state capturing and state debe ni ade. It's unfortunate say nsem bi say ya na nkanye NDC for na osan komo kan because they bia me kase atento hu tua oto a you green treasure edika no ayensamfo ayensam tantan saban ebeba ka che say venture institution money generated institution untumi hweso na mo is the man individual. This is silly. Nsɛmhunu kura nsɛsɛ sososo sɛ adwuma na wo nipa na nye what say adwuma ye de sika kokohyem na mo adwuma eno generate ne sika o se ye ya yeti ebe na nkofo ko anya adwuma sɛ ne mo ana mo hye da kreti what say allo we be there property ba be di individual so even though I don't have problem with a Ghanaian say indigenous Ghanaian man owning a business waha. Unlike maybe I come near to the marble for China for Lebanese for near to the mom. Then so BB Sababa, it should be what? Transparent. It should be what? It should be fair, constructive. The orchestra will be obedient to already this. But you can't tell me say La Palm Royal Hotel at your running boca. I am wasam. Oh yes, to put it on record, I am wasam. So what I say, you can't tell me say La Pressure Beach. Oh running, I am wasam. ATM come back to a nationalistic table. Now discuss it the way forward. Then if the people there are not competent, send them. Not for the power for show. Science issues we state transport, state dependent, sang of a metro mass, sang a company bia obidano a money making venture. And the Pakobe fail be also pamano. Omampania Kufuado, I am sending this message to you. So obi a that company bia no a money making say STC, State Transport Corporation, La Palm Royal Hotel, La Pressure Beach, so be down no catch us say ye running at loss for pamano, na penny power for fun show. And it's a Buruni na fan as MD Binarewa, better. Since we have 200 individual market generate a whole lot. However, a good to Ablakwa almost sense some can say na den munya you will companies be prepared to come her. You be by GNTC, Yabeti TUC, Yabeti, and Yama Bebrea, Ecobiasiano. You said 31st December woman because such places in Buhano, a Bayer Modia, and some Canary, a Bayer and Kofi, any other, the Antina said to wood your tour, you reach treasure. It's a Kawasa can neutral people be, and a Saka as a moment because whom we all you understand, JBD, also catch the assassin who tuntum. Never na ye, mana ye. Etino, I know ya Ablakwa, also Shannon so. Till Egyapa Mercer, they shouldn't speak with so much confidence. Omomra out with certain fundamental a year, ye jitumo ye. And yet, because I am so kaka. As I say, I was Egyapa di no one. Egyapa di no who prosecute one over what? Because I didn't know into existence. No, as I want the policy say, so I didn't buy. And as only Adena Bentino will be a disco, but how do you go in for that? And a PDS here, NDC4 have no locus or they have no track record. So, but to me, actually, will be able to say if there is Kankana Prohibia or what. Because mobile amount to me will be into Muda. It is some more candy. Yamagana home here and chance as it didn't do too much. Right, you will for like, share, and comment in the comment section. I say, FMI.